There's a few other things. Andrews, or Milton Franklin Andrews, actually traveled to Chicago about the year the book was published, after winning quite a bit of money. He had quite a bit of money that he had won, and I think he did some other swindles. So it stands to reason that when he went to Chicago, now correct me if I'm wrong, and the readers or listeners correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that in the Gardner-Smith correspondence, I believe that, let's cut right now for a second. I want to get that out.
Okay.
Let's cut for a second, Sid. You want a glass of water? Sid, that's a picture of Andrews.
There's certainly a similarity.
Well, anyway, the readers can't see the book, but in the book about Lucky Baldwin, let me just hold this book up here a second here to the camera. I might have to do this afterward. I'll have to do this afterward.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's Lucky Sid. There's Lucky Baldwin.
Well, keep in mind that.
Let me just introduce this. Sid, you're holding a book about Lucky Baldwin, who died in about 1909, and he was a guy pretty similar to Andrews in some ways. He was a lover of sports and gambling, and he built a hotel in San Francisco and a theater called the Baldwin Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a picture right there in that book, as you see, in his private quarters, playing with three gentlemen. And
right here.
Yeah, hold it up to the camera. They can see it a little higher. There you go. I'll do an insert on that.
Yeah.
So anyway, the one guy playing had a beard and a mustache on the right of Baldwin. And in the San Francisco paper, there's a picture of him without the beard. There's a picture of Andrews without the beard and mustache. But it's told in the story that he was shaving. He was shaving clean so he wouldn't be recognized when he was hiding out in San Francisco. So it's a very good possibility that Milton Franklin Andrews sought Lucky Baldwin and played at a game of poker with him, because he played.
Very easily be. Keep in mind that people who are changing their appearances changed it frequently, and you could get a beard one day and not another day, another comb his hair differently.
Well, I think that's true, because his hair was combed differently in another picture. He's parted on the other side. Yeah. And that, of course, could be a reversal of the negative too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sid, back to what I was saying about.
That was common. That's why I was telling you that in every report of people who are in the bunco field, and these reports are not sent out to the public, but I get them, and invariably people have used a load of names. Some of them have used 20 and 30 names over a period of years. So there's no question that the guy is a cheat. He's making money illegally. He's trying to hide money. So what does he do? He changes his name, and he changes it frequently if someone's after him.
Well, it would be interesting to me, a guy like Baldwin, who had quite a bit of money and resources, probably knew those guys very well. And somewhere...
He might have been a victim of them, too.
It probably was a victim, and you don't know if there was any first-hand knowledge of who that man actually is in Lucky Baldwin's records. Yeah. Now, back to Andrews again. Andrews won quite a bit of money gambling in Australia and wherever he played, and it said that he traveled with Bessie Booton, or excuse me, his other companion, to Chicago, and he went to Chicago, and for whatever reason, but that's where he had the book published, Expert at the Card Table. And when he met with Marshall Smith, the illustrator, in the room, Marshall Smith commented to Martin Garner in some correspondence that it was cold, and Anders didn't have a jacket. Now, there's something to think about this, because a guy traveling to the east, he might not have had time to get a jacket, so he probably didn't live in the east. He was staying in a hotel room where he met him. So it makes lots of sense that he didn't live in Chicago. He basically didn't have a jacket because he didn't need one in California. California would not have a heavy overcoat, only have a raincoat.
Yeah.
So
you really keep in mind you're not going to get the answers to any of these things.
These are just some theories.
But it's great. But the point is that this guy could be the same one. And of course he's not identified in the picture here with any name to make it even more difficult. If there was a name, it would have helped. But there's no name.
Well, that's what makes it fun.
No, but there's no question.
Anyway, I want to thank you, Sid, for allowing me to talk to you on camera. And
incidentally, it might be of interest to you that I was the first person to get convictions of the charge of cheating at cards in the British Empire. And there never was convictions until 1966, where I was instrumental in working for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in Edmonton. And I'm the only person who's doing gambling lectures, or did, that actually worked as an investigator in the United States service. I actually was involved with a case in Dhaka, which is now Bangladesh. It was India when I was there. But I was the only person. All the other people who claimed that they did stuff in the service, nobody did, but I did, and I have the evidence. But there's no question this could very easily be. But you're not going to get the answer. Let's put it this way: you're not going to prove an answer. But it's intriguing. It's unfortunate that the people who knew a little bit about him weren't interested in saying anything 25 years ago. I mean, when Dave Vernon said that's where he was, after I knew him for a lot of years, not right away. And it's just unfortunate. All that could have been researched way easier.
Weren't they withholding some of the information?
The information would have been available for the family of Holyoke if they acted sooner. I don't think there's a survivor of that family around now, and that survivor wouldn't know anything. So there would be born after anybody that was involved was died. So you're not going to get answers. But I like the idea that it's a possibility.
Okay, Sid, thank you very much.
You're entirely welcome.